everybody, my name is Danielle. I've decided to make a video about my husband and I's journey with trying to conceive. I wanted to make these videos because I feel like when I'm searching YouTube for women who are in the same position as me, I don't find enough. I want more information. I want to feel like I'm not alone. And that's kind of what drove me to make this video. Hopefully it's not terrible. This is my first video. But this is it. So just like an intro to me. I am 29. I live in California with my husband. We have a 3-year-old, just turned 3 2 weeks ago. And we have been trying to conceive we just hit the 2-year mark. The first year I took ovulation tests religiously. I have very scheduled cycles. They're like 27, 28 days. But the first year I was having somewhat of a luteal phase defect. I was lucky to make it to 9 or 10 DPO without spotting. So, and I knew there was something wrong when I did a lot of research online. And when we hit the year mark, that's when we went to a fertility doctor. We had tons of tests taken. They did say that my luteal phase is short, so they thought maybe I had a progesterone issue. But I came back, other than that, pretty much normal. I do have hypothyroidism, which I didn't know. It's minor, but it's still there. So I'm on medication for that. My husband, his test came out that his motility was a little bit low, but still fine. His count was fine. So basically they gave us the diagnosis of secondary unexplained infertility. Meaning the second time you're trying to have a kid, you can't get pregnant. That's what's happening. So I started letrozole, and we planned to go right to IUIs, which is intrauterine insemination, where they take the male sperm, they wash it, and they get the best of the best, and they trigger ovulation when your body is ready, and they put a catheter through your cervix into your uterus, and they let out all the sperm, and you just have a better chance of conception because the timing is perfect. You don't have to worry about the vagina being too acidic or basic or something that kills the sperm. You know, you bypass all that, you get to the cervix, you're into the uterus, and you're hoping for conception. So we planned that. I took Clomid first. I took Clomid, 50 milligrams, which is a very small dose. And I went in for my ultrasound to see how things were going, and I had 5 eggs ready to burst. 5 of them. They're like, let's cancel this. Let's not try to get pregnant because your chance of multiples, I think she said something like my chance of twins was like 20% and my chance of 3 or more was 10% if I did conceive. So we didn't do the IUI, but we did have sex around that time. And I got pregnant, and my HCG levels were lower, but doubling as they should. And then when I hit, I think it was 5.5 weeks, I had extraordinary pain in my right ovary area, and I knew something was wrong, and I woke up to go pee one night and there was blood. and I was in so much pain. So what happened was that my corpus luteum, which is your functioning cyst that feeds the pregnancy before the placenta takes over, it had burst, and I was bleeding into my abdomen. It wasn't serious. It was really painful, but there was nothing was going to happen to me. But I did lose that pregnancy, and then we started the IUIs. I gotta not talk so much. This is getting kind of long. So we did over the next, gosh, this was over the next 10 months. I was medicated every cycle. I ovulated at least 2, if not 3 or 4 eggs. And at the end of this last year, I was ovulating 4 or 5. The doctor felt like because I wasn't getting pregnant, that, it was upping our chances. So we did 6 IUIs. I did have a chemical pregnancy after the second IUI, which was in January. And then we did a few cycles where we just took medication and just tried to do time intercourse. That never worked. And then our final IUI was in this July, and I got pregnant but didn't know it because my test at 14 DPO was negative, and I stopped taking progesterone, and I started my period, and my period was lighter than normal and shorter than normal, but still a significant period. I had to wear tampons. It was red blood. It was like a medium flow. It wasn't anything that I thought was strange because the medication I've been taking has been making my period shorter. So I didn't think anything of it. I had bled for 4 days, which was kind of short, but still normal. And then like 2 or 3 days later, I started bleeding again. I thought this was strange, and I bled for a couple days, and it started getting fleshy. Unless it's like super gross. I'm sorry, but I mean, if you're watching this, I think maybe you would like to hear this information. I don't know. There was tissue. That's a better word. There was tissue in it, and I don't know why it didn't click, because it was very similar to my first miscarriage, and by cycle day 11, I contacted my doctor and I was like, something's up. I won't stop. I'm not stopping. I'm not. The bleeding won't stop. I took an ovulation test and it's like blaring positive. I don't know why I didn't take a pregnancy test at that point. It was dumb, but I was like, but I've been bleeding this whole time. There's no way I'm pregnant. So I go in for a blood test. I run a bunch of tests because I was in need of an updated blood work for them. I don't know. And a pregnancy test was one of them. Mostly just because of the bleeding situation. I thought, well, maybe, probably not, but maybe you're pregnant. And I get a call the next day from my nurse, and she says that I am pregnant. Now my HCG level was like, oh gosh, I should have written it down. 400 and something. So it was low. I was at this point, I was already like 6.5 weeks. Or 6 weeks, something around there. But I was miscarrying. And I bled for over 40 days. It was awful. I just stopped bleeding last Thursday. If I take a pregnancy test right now, you can still see a shadow of a line. I don't know why my HCG isn't leaving my system as quickly as my first miscarriage, because that miscarriage was like, it was like a period. It started out really painful, almost like mini contractions when the miscarriage started, but it was a week and done. My tests were negative quickly, but this time it just hasn't been that way, and it's awful. So miscarriages, I mean, it sounds dumb to say, but miscarriages can be different every time. So this is where we are right now. We've gone to a consultation with our doctor, and we're moving on to IVF. Now, she thinks that our chances of getting pregnant and carrying to term, it's slim, but it's there, so It's like a 5 to 10% chance each IUI. But I'm done. I'm emotionally done trying. 2 years is a long time. 3 miscarriages. It's like with our daughter. I'm pointing this way because her bedroom's right there. She's sleeping. With our daughter, it was 2 tries and done. Like, it was easy and fast. And I thought, well, like, we're not going to have any issues growing our family. And sure enough, we are having issues. So we're done. I traveled to Mexico with my daughter in August. So, and I didn't get bit or anything like that, but the fear of Zika is something that my doctor takes very seriously. And I don't know when I'm going to ovulate or when my next period is going to be or anything like that. But they do want us to wait to try to conceive until the middle of October because the CDC recommends 8 weeks from after visiting an area that is known for Zika. So we'll see when I even ovulate. I don't even know. So after that, after we wait this cycle, I have another period, and my next period, that's when IVF is going to start. And that's kind of it. I just wanted to make these videos so that other women who are going through the same thing as me are able to just have someone to listen to. No, you're not alone. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing the biggest reason I look at videos on YouTube is just for support. And I'm hoping I can help someone out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will come with me on my journey through IVF and hopefully pregnancy and then motherhood for the second time. Thanks for watching. Bye.